Good evening, my little ones. How are you all doing today? Welcome to yet another Sunday storytelling session by Mindseed Preschool and Daycare. So, we're back with a story which has a very important message. So, I hope you've all had a great week and you all are very ready and set for today's session. I hope you've all had your milk as well. If not, maybe quickly go and grab it and sit with Mama and Papa. Today's story is not just for my little ones, it's also for mummies and papas and uncles and aunties and grandparents, even. Feel free to enjoy. Okay, so today's story is called A Cloud of Trash. This story is about a little girl called Chiku. Do you want to say hi to her? Okay. Hi, Chiku. How are you all doing? Chiku looks a little upset. What happened? Chiku, is everything okay? I don't know. There is something that's troubling me too much these days. Oh, okay, Chiku. What is it that's troubling you? Um, Maybe you will find out, but before that, hi, Shaily ma'am's friends from Mindseed and across. How are you all doing today? Shelly ma'am, whenever you say the story, I'll come back again. Okay, bye. Okay. So it seems that Chiku is facing some problem. She's been a little sad and unhappy for the past few days. Something that's bothering her constantly, and it's very mysterious. We can't really find out what happened and how did it happen, most importantly. So, are you all ready? Shall we begin the story? Okay. So, as I said, that our story is about Chiku, and Chiku is very unhappy. Sad. And why is Chiku sad? Chiku is sad because there is a big cloud of trash right over her head. This big cloud of trash. Trash means anything that's waste, that's dirty, that's dust, or anything, you know, all kinds of kachra is all over her head. And this is following her everywhere. This cloud of dust, and this little cloud of dust has a lot of dirty things. It's got the banana peels, it's got some orange peels, it's got some papers and chocolate wrappers, some twisted bottles, and it's giving a very dirty smell, you know. And this smell is following her everywhere. And wherever she goes with this trash cloud, there are these little buzzing flies like zzzz, and they're going all over the place wherever Chiku goes. So when she goes to her school, nobody talks to her because everybody wants to stay away from her, you know, and nobody wants to be her friend. Nobody wants to go to school with her or walk with her or sit with her for lunch. You know, one day in the school, when she even asked Bunny, her friend Bunny, "Hi Bunny, would you like to walk to school with me?" And Bunny just ran away in the opposite direction. And he was like, "I cannot walk with her who has a cloud of trash and she stinks. There is just so much smell all around." And then she goes to her class one day and then she asks her friend Bubbles, "Bubbles, can I please borrow your sharpener?" And Bubble, what does she do? She just looks around in the other direction and she goes and sits with another friend. So Bubbles is also not talking to her and not even helping her. This seems to be a little bit of a problem, doesn't it? So, our dear little Chiku is now thinking that what her mother said has probably come true. So one day when Chiku was going out with her mother and she was very hungry. So she was eating this banana And what did she do with the peel? She took this peel and she threw it off on the road. And her mother told Chiku, Chiku, you are not supposed to throw the banana peel on the road. You should not litter. What if somebody slips off and gets hurt? Isn't that possible? Have you ever slipped off a banana peel? Doesn't it hurt very badly? Also, it's not such a good thing to do, right? Just to throw off anything on the floor or on the road? Okay, so what did Chiku do? She didn't listen. Then, when she was going to her friend's house, she was eating a chocolate, and that chocolate wrapper, poof, out of her car window and straight onto the road. And at that point of time, Mr. Policeman, who was standing on the road near the signal, he tells Chiku's mother, when the car stops, he's saying, "Stop, ma'am. Your daughter is throwing these chocolate wrappers, so you have to pay a fine." But did Chiku learn the lesson? Not really. Chiku still continued. When she even went to school, she was asked to write a small little essay. You know what's an essay? It's about when you write something on a topic that your teacher gives you. And her teacher gave her a topic to write on, and Chiku kept on writing and scribbling on papers, and then she took all those papers and threw it away. So her classroom remained dirty. Now, nobody sat next to her, nobody said anything to her, and her mother kept on telling her that, Chiku, if you don't listen to me and if you don't stop throwing away the trash in the dustbin, and if you keep continuing to throw it on the road or on the floor or in the school playground, this trash will come someday and follow you. And that, Chiku found it very funny. So she just laughed. "Oh, Mama, you are so funny. How can the trash come and follow me?" And then one day, when she woke up from her sleep, she realized there's some sound, and that sound was nothing but the big cloud of trash all over her head, and those buzzing flies which were round and round, they were flying around this trash, giving a dirty smell. So Chiku got very scared. She tried to just run over from one direction to another, from this part of the house to that part of the house, trying to get rid of this trash cloud. But it would just not go. She didn't know how to get rid of it. She even tried to put it off in the dustbin, but no, it never went. She was so tired. She was thinking, what do I do? What do I do that this cloud trash just goes away? She shouted, "Ah!" But nothing really happened. So she ended up walking outside for some time, thinking, maybe if I find some way, it would be helpful. And when she was going out, she saw her friend Bunty, who had finished eating another banana. And what was he doing? He was also throwing it down on the road. So this little thing, she felt very, very bad. And she was like, "Oi, silly boy, don't you see? It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to throw banana peels on the floor. Somebody will fall down and get hurt." And then Bunty, he felt so scared. He picked up the banana peel and he threw it in the dustbin, which was right close by. And then he ran away. So then what happened? Slowly, she started to realize that the cloud trash became smaller and smaller. And then she realized that the smell was going off a little bit. So then she was like, "Oh, now I know what I'm supposed to do." So every time she walked outside her house, she tried to meet some different friends and neighbors. She knew if she found anybody who was throwing trash on the floor or on the road somewhere, she was going to tell them. And then when she was walking in her neighborhood, she met Kapoor auntie. And Kapoor auntie was lifting a lot of plastic bags and she was just throwing them away. So there were some plastic bags and there were some paper bags. So Kapoor auntie was throwing it away. And when our little Chiku saw Kapoor auntie do that, what did she say? Kapoor auntie, please use these bags. They are very useful. You can't just throw them away, and definitely not on the road. So Kapoor auntie was also shocked. She was also surprised. So what did she do? She took all her bags and went back home. And with that, slowly, our dear little Chiku's cloud of trash became into a very small one. And one fine day, poof, that cloud of trash had gone. So, our dear little Chiku realized that it's actually not a good thing to litter. And in fact, after all the cloud of trash went away, she started feeling happier and happier and much happier. So she decided that she is going to keep her surroundings neat and clean and spick and span, just so that nobody ever falls sick, nobody feels bad, and the place around her, just like her village, now looks neat and clean. So, with that, my dear friends, our Chiku's story, A Cloud of Trash, comes to an end. So, are you all going to also keep all your things in its place, neat and clean? Yes? Okay. So, our dear friend Chiku has given us a message. She's written down a little message for all of us which says how not to make a cloud of trash. So let's find out what Chiku says. Chiku, thank you. That's a very, very nice message that you're giving. So let's read that out from Chiku, okay? So how not to make a cloud of trash. It is very, very important. Okay, Chiku, let's find out. This says, we can start by not littering our surroundings. Isn't that a very, very, very useful tip? And it's actually so simple. Do we really need to put in so much effort not to litter? Right? It's very simple. So let's start by not littering. And what do you do for not littering? Okay, let's find out. Always, that's what she says, always throw waste in the dustbin. Look around for the nearest one. Right. So, if you don't litter, means you're supposed to throw all the waste. Be it paper bags, be it chocolate wrappers, be it banana peels or orange peels or anything, plastic bags, whatever comes. All of that needs to be thrown in the dustbin. Right? Now, let's listen to the third one. After eating a banana or a chocolate, don't throw its wrapper or peel on the road, but put the wrapper or the peel or the waste in a paper bag until you find a dustbin. Wow, Chiku, that's a very simple advice. So every time you go out and if you have some food packets with you or any kind of food with you, you should carry an extra bag, and in that bag you should keep all your waste material so that you don't throw it on the road. And what will happen if you throw it on the road? This cloud of trash will come back again and it will haunt you just like it haunted Chiku. And it's got all those buzzing bees and flies around it. And these flies, in fact, carry those deadly, deadly germs. And these germs come and what did they do? These germs come and make you sick. And then they make you fall very ill. And that's not a very good thing. Also, they give a very dirty smell in your area, in your surroundings, in your neighborhood. It's not a very good way to live. That's a very, very bad life. Okay? So, we should always make sure to carry some extra plastic bag or a paper bag and throw all the waste and all the trash in that bag till we find a dustbin. That's a good thought. Okay, the next one. There are many things you may think are useless, like a paper bag in which you put your peel. Mhm. But not everything is waste. So don't throw the bag with the peel. Take it home and reuse it. Do you remember? Do you remember in our story we had Kapoor auntie who was throwing away all the plastic bags? Now these plastic bags could be reused to put so many things. Sometimes when we call for these different parcels, you also get these kind of small plastic bags. You can store so many little things. Maybe you can keep your erasers, or you can keep some small knickknacks in it. Sometimes when mama or papa call for these different kinds of boxes, and your different parcels come home, different things come home, because sometimes we can't really go and buy everything from the store, especially in this time. What you can do is you can totally reuse these boxes. And in fact, how about you make your own dustbin? You can make your own containers. You can even store different toys in it. You can store different things that you like. Maybe your stationery, maybe your books, anything that you like. Or you can make a little dustbin out of this. You know, in fact, that's a good thing to do. Why don't all of you take a little box? If you find something like this, a paper box or a cardboard box in your house, I want all of you to make your own dustbin. Okay? And every day, anytime that you find something littered on the floor in your houses, you all are going to put all of that paper in this dustbin of yours. Okay? And I want all of you to take pictures and please send it to us. Send it to us on our Facebook or on Instagram pages. We've tagged these in the comment section below. Okay? So I'm going to look forward to you all making your own dustbins. What a great idea, Chiku. I think now we all have a project. All our friends are going to make some of these things for us, and we're going to see if they can reuse and make good use of the things that are available. Now, also when it comes to things like the banana peel or the food, any extra food which is left over, you know what you can do? Chiku's auntie. Chiku's auntie was once taking all this waste, and then she was putting it into her plants. And because when Chiku asked her why are you doing that, auntie? So her auntie said that all of this waste food, if you cut them into small pieces and you put it in your plants as compost, okay, as compost, then all of this is very healthy food for your plants to grow. So that's how you can use even the waste food. All the leftover food that you have, you can use it and reuse it. So like she said, not everything is useless. You never know what will come handy. So there are so many different kinds of things you can make sure to reuse. So it's important that you keep your wet food or the food items like these which are wasted in a different dustbin, and papers and some small dry things in a different dustbin, like plastic bottles and papers and different things like that. So all of that in two different kinds of dustbins. That will be helpful for you to reuse it properly. Because if you put your papers or if you put your plastic bags in your plants, that's not going to help. That might just kill your plants. So, anyway, I think for that, mummy and papa will definitely help you. Okay? And yes, last and the very important one, she says cover the dustbin so that flies don't get inside. Because when the flies get inside, you know what happens? Flies go from one garbage dump to another, and they carry all the dirty germs. And these germs, when they come to your dustbin and then they come somewhere around you, and if they sit on you, then they're passing all that germs to you. And these germs are very dangerous. And we don't want to fall sick, especially not in these times when everyone around us is falling very sick. So we have to take care of ourselves. Remember to sanitize your hands. Okay? Remember to sanitize your hands, wash your hands, keep your environment clean. And one small step, all what you need to do is you should not litter. You should keep your things very, very clean. Promise me today that you are going to do that. Say yes in the chat box if you promise to never litter and keep a small bag with you if you go out and if you have to put some of your waste in that, and if you're not able to find a dustbin. Okay? So, with that, we come to an end of our storytelling session. Thank you so much, parents and my little babies, for listening very, very patiently. Once again, see you soon. Bye.